Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kiki Alexander Denichi Bailey, as know me as Panda, French Fried, or just Keiki. Alright? Or Keith it. But Airbnb locked me out of my account for reasons that do not add up. And the reason why they do not add up, because I used the service before. You didn't say anything when my first booking. That host canceled due to a COVID outbreak in her facility. So, Airbnb, I want to ask you a safety question. Are you making sure that these hosts are following regulations due to CDC guidelines? Don't you have some type of quarantine check every week where they have to either show you in present time through either Zoom or some type of app where everything's documented, uploaded? Don't you have some type of regulations other than picking on customers? And the reason why I say this, guys, customers, not just me, customers. I see a whole tons of videos on Airbnb just randomly deactivating people's accounts based on credit reports. That is fucking biased to the key. So only the top tier are allowed to rent from Airbnb. That's what you're telling me. Being Airbnb, your policy stinks like shit. Let's be honest here. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm sorry for the language, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Because that angers me, is that you rather pick on people that, what is it? My credit score went down from 720. Well, actually, it was 710. Now it's 680 because of some other bullshit. But anyway, but you target me not just because maybe the credit report. Then you send another email that said criminal history. What was it? What was it, guys? Criminal activity on my account. Wow. You have proof at any sort of Airbnb that I did anything that is going to break any federal or local or state or policy guidelines? Do you have any proof whatsoever? And I bet you don't. Why? Because I just started recently using your system. And the last time I used the system, when I was in California doing a documentary at the Japanese Film Festival back in 2016. And I got a super review from the host. Why? Because the host and I were in understanding. You know, we had guests at the house that were causing a lot of problems, so I direct them somewhere else. Yeah, I helped her do that, but also keep that place clean because it's a historical house in San Jose. Yes, it's a historical house, and it was beautiful inside. And yeah, I spent a penny. I'm not talking chump change. I'm talking about I spent a good amount staying there for 5 days. So, what's up, Brandon? So, Airbnb, do you have proof of any sort that I did anything that's going to harm your business at any capacity? No, you do not have it. Why? I tell you why you don't have shit. Let me explain. The seller, I want the host from the Manhattan apartment I was going to, which my money went to. Hear me out, guys. The Manhattan host might have wanted to do a background check. So I dig into this background check that Airbnb allows hosts to do. And turns out this guy felt like he couldn't find information, or this woman couldn't find information, so they're going to flag my account. Exactly, you're not going to find anything because there's nothing to be found. You know what I'm saying? It's the simple of privacy too. Like, and many Airbnb hosts would tell you that that is bad practice. They don't even do it because we don't want to discriminate. So Airbnb is allowing people to do background checks based on what ethnicity, what? You looked at my account, you looked at my profile, Like Grace, she looked at my profile, looked at my website. She was happy to me to come until she had a COVID outbreak of some sort. You guys have seen that post. A COVID outbreak. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I booked again, and this time my account gets banned. See? Now, guys, add it all up. You got the host that's involved, causing the problems. Then you got Airbnb not escalating at the proper time and doing this in the middle of the night. And that's the third, really the fourth thing, because it happened at 11:13, 10 minutes after I booked it. So it was the host that flagged my account, that raised questions with Airbnb. And mind you, I was, first and foremost, I am verified than the host. The host is not even, he doesn't even have, he has 2 reviews that are questionable. That's another thing. He has one questionable review from one so-called Korean woman that stayed there, and one African ascendant that stayed there as well. And that's the only 2 reviews he got. But he has all that space. Suspicious, right? Yeah. So, and he didn't really get like he's not a super host. Grace is a super host. The folks in San Francisco, the Story Building, is a super host. And I never had issues with those people in the past, or with the people in the past, but it just bears the question, like, so what is it, Airbnb? I verified everything that you wanted, gave you update address, bank card, phone number. I was getting texts like crazy every time my booking was updating, and responding back to messages to Grace from the first host on my phone. Yeah, it goes to show you that Airbnb is not what it seems to be, and it's not a very good business practice. And in my honest opinion, guys, I was literally targeted for the wrong reasons by both parties, the host and Airbnb. Suspicion, reeling. As soon as you see a black guy book mind you, my pictures are all over Airbnb, because you know how you can set up profile pictures? Yeah. So it's like multiple of them. So everyone's like, this is, yeah, you should have been like, oh wow, fully completed profile and you flagged my account? Yes, guys, a fully verified completed account got flagged. This also happens to hosts that don't want to follow Airbnb's policies. Oh, you don't want to do a background check. So we wait for a little bit, wait you get your money, get you built up. You make one mistake, we're going to deactivate your account. That means if you had a host, this is the mistake. If you had a host, and that host had someone that knew that they were staying there, and they come and start some confrontation, that's the host fuck up. Yeah. See? Which is not. The host has no physical aspects or control of a human mind outside their own. That's not how they logically think that. Well, guys, I saw a couple of videos that happened to hosts. That's why. So it made sense. I was like, okay. So hosts are victims too that do not want to do background checks. So Airbnb forces hosts to do background checks, apparently, which is not cool. And my credit score is pretty good enough to stay at this bougie place. Mind you guys, I stayed at a Nestorian houses before. Look at this place. Look at this place. We made a YouTube studio here, and Airbnb wants to flag me. You want to talk to my house guest, Airbnb? You want to let him tell you how useful I was and how given and how polite I was? You know, to like, yeah. For the last 35 days, yeah. Come on. Airbnb. I can go to the Northwest Portland hostel. Even better. The San Francisco International High hostel. One in Portland, one in Seattle, one in California. Actually, 2 of them, because I like the Silver Center one because they have an indoor bar. But that is actually being taken up by homeless individuals right now due to the city's. California is mandated to put a lot of the homeless into housing Yeah, so Los Angeles and San Francisco are getting this big money for this big opportunity. Yeah, but anyway, I digress. But like I was saying, guys, Airbnb. Do you want me to continue to like tell you how many host guests I stayed and they would tell you that I was a fabulous guest? No problems? Without even using your service? Because normally I'm a part, mind you, Airbnb, I am a member of the International High Hostel Organization, which is a 501c3. I have my membership. I've been a member for over 10 years and never had an issue with any of the hostels other than New York. I went to New York a couple years ago, that 2016, and a bunch of drifters and junkies they broke into the locker and stole the audio equipment. They just grabbed what they could and just ripped out, and they left a lavalier microphone. That's a $300 lavalier microphone from Rode. And they broke it. Yeah. So this is why we don't stay at that New York hostel, because that New York hostel, it's nice, it's beautiful, it's a nice place. I've been there, I stayed there, but it's too congested, and check-in times are like 3 o'clock, right? You don't get checked in until about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So half the time. So many people waiting. But you have a front desk. You got all these people talking, standing, and doing what? Every other hostel is not like that. They take people. If someone's not doing something, like, hey, how can I help you? Are you checking in? Yeah, sure, let me help you check in. And they pull out tablets. You don't need to get the computer. You can pull out the tablet. If the hostel was not that particular hostel, I'm saying not the organization, that hostel, if they really wanted to upgrade their system, they would think about mobile ability when checking people in. Makes it much easier. I have seen this happen to another hostel, and I'm not going to say what hostel does this, but yeah. So now, ladies and gentlemen, Airbnb is the worst. By profiling African Americans or black Americans or African individuals or people of color. Let's just put it people of color, okay? Could be Asian too. Could be Latino too. Oh, you don't look. Yeah, I have a professional profile picture. You guys see my profile pictures. My profile, I took them myself. I'm a photographer. And this is what they do the best. They profile accounts based on host suspicion. I'm sorry, that host has the worst suspicion if he's part of this little problem that we are having today, Airbnb. And not only that, your practices and your guy on the phone was so useless. Why am I talking to someone if they're not going to escalate over the phone? I'm physically calling you guys. Mind you guys, I had submitted a passport as verified verification and a live photo of your face for your account, and you still flagged it. You see what I mean, guys? This is not hospitality at its best. Well, how is Airbnb still in business? Look at this. And then here's another email. We are determined that your account is affiliated with someone not permanent on Airbnb. This type of affiliation is considered to make the determination included things like your location and your email address associated with Airbnb. So as a result, we have removed your account from Airbnb and will be unable to use the platform in the future. Wow. I'm a victim of bullshit right now. To protect the privacy of Airbnb's community, we cannot provide details about the user's account eligibility. You cannot tell, so you're telling me that to protect your community rights, you're not going to tell me my rights for my account. That's, you see this, guys? I'm reading this right now. How dare they defamate my character? Yeah. This is Hank, by the way. I'll show you this email. This is 44 minutes ago, by the way. This is Hank. This is the email. the type of affiliation we consider to make the determination, including the things like your location. Do they understand that I'm a travel photographer and travel consultant? I'm always changing the location no matter what. I do that with every app. Isn't that the whole idea of like changing your location so it can pinpoint accurate like where you are or where you want to stay? Isn't that the whole purpose of like, you know, preventing credit card fraud? Yeah. Oh my panda. You guys are so silly at Airbnb. Guys, you seen this first. This is Airbnb at its finest. This is what they do. I don't want to use you anyway. You can kiss my fucking black ass, Airbnb. I'm serious. I'm a member of a whole bunch of other hostile organizations, and you, the only one here in suspicion of something that affiliated with someone not permitted to be on Airbnb. How'd they make that determination? That wasn't a fair determination. That was out of nowhere last night. At 11:15, you guys just automatically deactivated my account. You guys didn't even send out like a notice. You automatically deactivated it. Oh, wow. See that, guys? That's the professionalism from this community of hospitality services. This is not how hospitality services should be, and Airbnb should not have control of anyone's liberty and rights. You're saying that, oh wow, the hosts have to do a background check. If you come with suspicion, we're gonna automatically flag it. But you don't look at my account and say, wait, this person's been on Airbnb before this host has ever. Because mind you, that host just signed in 2019. I've been on Airbnb since 2016. So, yeah, that goes to show you that like Airbnb is not who they say who they are. They don't really do an investigation. They don't really make decisions. They just make assumptions with no evidence, whatsoever. What's up, Lord Brian? So everyone, this has been recorded on the Comica BoomX-DMI, but this is recorded on Instagram live stream. And I just showed you email that Hank just sent me about 48 minutes ago, stating that there was some suspicion activity affiliated that someone not permitted to be on your account. So they can just automatically determine that. Really? Have they looked into like my background or like, guys, mind you, as I said earlier, I gave them a passport and a live photo because you have to take a live photo with the app. So there's no scam behind that. That's a live photo. And if it's dispatch, oh, that's even worse. That's even worse for Airbnb. Now, first of all, I'm a hate crimes victim. Now you're discriminating against this because you can't see my face? Oh, wow. Guys, you know Airbnb could get sued for that. And I think I'm going to just do that. Just to stick it to them. You profile me, you're discriminating against me, you won't accept, well, you did accept this picture for my last account. You did accept it with the passport. But here's probably a reason why they probably source suspicions. My bank that I'm using, the bank that I'm using for the transactions here in the States, is called Summit Credit Union, right? I transfer my money from Citibank to that bank account. Why? I need to know how much I'm spending on a daily. So I control how much I spend because it takes up to 48 hours to transfer that money to Credit Summit Union. So, yeah, gives me some type of balance and control how I spend money on a daily, right? But the billing address for that is different from what I put on, but they're still in Wisconsin and it's still almost the exact same zip code. And this is why I'm like, wait, if you guys don't put two and two together, I have a right to have a P.O. box, and that P.O. box is associated with that bank for a good reason. I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. But Does Airbnb know what they're doing? No. They just proved live through this live stream with Subeg. They just proved live that they're incompetent. They're just making assumptions based on no evidence. No evidence whatsoever. No physical evidence. And they wanted to show. You see that last sentence? They said, to protect the privacy of Airbnb's community, we cannot provide details about this user's account eligibility. You don't have any evidence. Just say it. But I have evidence on you while you were discriminating against me, and I'm a hate crimes unit. Victim, sorry. So you want me to remove my patch? To take a proper picture? No. That's disgusting to look at that. It's all dry and wrinkly. Oh no, you don't want to look at that. I got hot water put on my face. Now you're being not even a bad community Airbnb, but you're being very discriminative. And I don't like it. Guys, this email here is such bull. This is what they determine. Yeah, this is Airbnb at their finest. Look at that. We determine that your account is suspicious of affiliated with someone not permitted to be on your Airbnb account. The type of affiliation cannot be considered to make a determination including the things that you locate. Wait. You see that? That's the thing I was talking about. Location and email. Hold on, guys. Let me explain. As I said earlier, every time I go to a place, for every app, everything I use on my phone, I change locations. On my iPhone, it's only been used while the app is being used. It's never always on. So I always change the location manually for everything I do on the computer for a good reason. So if I have someone's Wi-Fi, I'm using someone's Wi-Fi, I want the best non-stop Wi-Fi. Or if I'm in with my phone, because I have Verizon again now, and when I tether, I want the best. And I want the location to pinpoint everything. My phone, everything. Why? Because this is how you get your banks flag you for not reporting it in. So when you travel, you're supposed to let them know. Yeah, I'm going here, I'm going to New York. I already did that yesterday. But they are saying that it's suspicious. Is it? Is it suspicious, Airbnb, that I changed my location to where exactly where I am? No, it's not. That's an excuse. Like I said, you don't have any evidence. Everyone, my Airbnb experience has been terrible. We're not going to use them anymore. Ever again. I don't want to use it. You see how they wrote in the last sentence? We appreciate your understanding at this amount of time, but yeah, I won't be eligible for the platform in the future. What? How would you make that determination, Airbnb? What did I do to deserve to not be able to be on the platform in the future? You have to, I must have done something criminally related for order you to determine that. I don't see me in jail or handcuffs right now. Yeah? Exactly. Guys, Airbnb is full of shit. Like I said, this is not the only time it has happened to me. It happened to other people. I researched it last night. It seems like this also happens to hosts when hosts don't want to do background checks on guests because hosts do believe that the people, as I, have a right to our privacy. But Airbnb doesn't seem that, no, that's not their right. If they use our service, they have to use our service in terms of condition. And the terms and condition does say like there's a background check. So they enforce the background check, which they don't tell you that in the fine print. They just say, oh, background checks are probably more, it says background checks are required by host. Doesn't say it's like recommended for everyone. It's, yeah, Catch 22 there, right? Yeah, that's Airbnb. I read that policy. That's why I'm catching them everything in the act now in this video. They have no evidence that I did anything wrong. And then when I try to tell you guys have it all wrong. I've been verified not once, but twice. because the new passports that I got, I didn't update it to the Airbnb because the old passports were on Airbnb. Those are ones that were actually stolen. I upload the new ones when I started using the service just a few days ago. What that does tell you guys. Because you know why? Here's another problem in America. I tell them my full name. My name is Keiki Alexander. They go, okay, so Keiki's your first name and Alexander is your middle. No. Keiki Alexander with a hyphen is my full name. The problem here is that Airbnb's surname and entry information for their system does not fit my full name. My full name has my first name has 2 names. My last name has 2 names. It does not fit. We had this problem before Airbnb. Remember, I still have the old email. That's why I looked for it last night. I was like, yes. I just wanted to. I resend it to them. We had this problem. I had to verify my account. It took up to 2 months. Yeah, and we stopped using it until I got an email one day. And says, "Oh, your account has been verified." I'm like, "Oh, so now I can use Airbnb, not on top of like Hostel World and all that other stuff." And I was like, "Okay." Boom. And that's when we went to San Jose for the Japanese Film Festival, where I stayed at that beautiful Victorian house. And yes, I paid a pretty penny for that. This situation is crazy. Thankfully, you document everything so you have the proof. Undeniable. Yeah, well, here's another thing, guys. They charged me for the last booking, then locked me out. That's shady. Mind you, guys, like, to charge someone, you have to, like, literally approve their account first. Wait. Let me tell you how Airbnb works. You literally have to look at the account and approve the guests. The host can say deny and won't accept your payment, right? But what they did was the host. This is the problem in New York. Let me tell you why. New York scammers. Okay? This is why that account is suspicious myself, because the 2 reviews, and the only 2 reviews, look suspicious. One Korean girl and one African native, right? And they wrote just 1 sentence. The other girl wrote like 2 sentences, but it didn't seem legit. So this guy or woman, whoever this person may be, may have flagged my account and said, no, I don't want this guy staying here, blah, and it realized either I was a documentarian photographer and she didn't want to get caught in the act. And this is another thing, guys, you have to watch out in New York City for, because a lot of these Airbnb hosts are scamming people. Guys, you charging me $50 for a cleanup? Wait. A cleanup fee, guys, is $50. Does Airbnb regulate how much cleanup fees should be? No cleaning fee should be $50. No. And then on top of that, you charge me another additional $35 for service fees? Rip off. I was going to pay $490 for a 5-day stay. Yeah, that's pretty fucking expensive when you're looking for. Airbnb is just making people make money in past day. Dude, they made their rent already with 1 guest for the month. Literally. Let's say the guest stayed there for 7 days. They already made up like 35% of their rent. So another guest stay there, but let's say they get a different room. They get a private room with all the necessities. That's more money. They already made their rent. Yeah. This is why I think Airbnb should re-practice their own bullshit and really crack down on their own problems with these hosts and start regulating why you charge $35 for cleaning. What are you cleaning for $35? Yeah, what do you clean? You clean the sheets and the blanket and that is it. I'm sorry, but I'm a human being. I can clean up behind myself. I have manners, like not like other people do. I get that sometimes you have to clean behind people, but I'm pretty sure you're not cleaning that much. And if you are, that should be a different penalty to Airbnb if someone trashes someone's home. That's when Airbnb's legal team should get involved and say, no, this is one of our hosts. We represent our hosts as well as the community. But no. Instead of representing the community, you're representing bad business profession by making this assumption that someone affiliated was basically on my account. How? The credit cards are linked together, names are the same. How? Please, Airbnb, show the proof. But as I say, guys, don't use Airbnb. It's not a good system. It's not a good community. They support Hank, Marvin. You guys suck. You guys have no fucking idea what you're doing. You don't even know who I am. You didn't even get to take the time to research me. Mind you guys, there's a profile link of everything I do, website, everything. It's up to date. They didn't even take the time like, Panda. And I didn't even have the Photographer listed. Just have my real name listed. Because Airbnb doesn't allow you to do that. So, yeah. That's another thing, Airbnb. See? Got you there too. Yeah. Like I said, I read that policy. You cannot use a nickname or surname. I mean, a nickname or a street name. You got to use your surname. So I did. So what's the problem? I'm catching you. Every single thing that you do, Airbnb, I'm catching you. Like I said, I'm 10 steps ahead of you, Airbnb. You were 3 steps ahead of me last night, but now I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I did the research last night and this morning. I was on my phone reading. Like, oh, got that policy. And for you host, when you do a background check, why would you charge the host? Yes, guys, I read through all that. Guys, the host can charge you for a background check on Airbnb. Got it. You didn't know that, did you? Oh, yeah. That's that secret, whatever, $25, $70, $50 fee. You like, what the hell is that fee? Like, if you see anything that says safety infections API, yep, they did a background check and you get charged for that. So yeah, now you want to use Airbnb? I told you guys I read through that whole fucking policy. I really did my homework last night. I stretched through it. In this morning, I stretched through it. Yeah. So you host, you scam artists. You're supposed to pay for that. If you want the security, you paid for that. You don't have the guest pay for that. Oh, wow. Yeah, guys. That's how bad it is. I didn't know it was that serious. Like, Airbnb wants to be this top tier, like, only the rich can only rent. And the middle class and the poor, no, we don't want you in our community. Oh, if you have, and mind you, I'm a dual citizen, and like I only use one passport, and then that's what they want me to do. They want me to upload both. I'm not uploading back both. You only get information here, in the States. No, like I said, we went through this problem before Airbnb. You guys took 2 months to verify my account. I left you guys alone, and one day I just, oh, okay, used it one time. Because I want to really stay at that really nice house. I really wanted to stay at that really nice house. And the woman that owned it is Japanese. So, like, yeah. So, our relationship go deeper than you, Airbnb. We understand cultural differences and behavior patterns that, like, what you're doing right now is, we call this arrogant behavior, unprofessionally. Accusing someone of defamation and accusing someone of suspecting of doing something illegally on your platform. That's what you're trying to tell me. Yeah, I provide you with valid passport, credit card information, credit card numbers, by the way, and all of that, and you still think it's suspicious? Then, yeah, I think you're smoking too much of that weed. Or, no, it's not weed, it's probably crack, because that's the new thing. Remember, guys, we came from San Francisco. People are literally smoking crack right next to me in Union Square. Like, what's up, bro? Dead ass. I'm serious. It was unbelievable. I was like, what? It's on my Instagram. Go check it out. Go look at the stories. You're like, I remember that. Whoever has been following me all this time, yeah, I'm a travel photographer, Airbnb, a travel documentarian. I document everything. Everything. So watch your ass. Yeah, watch your ass, because you just really just pissed me off. Now I'm going to probably sue you for defamation of character, because that's what you're doing here. You want more information. That's what it is. You're not going to get it. You want it? Ask Uncle Sam for it. Oh, you can't. Because it's a long story, but as someone who's dual citizen, yeah, you don't have that right. What do I do overseas with my native country is not your business. That's another problem here. Always want to know my business. Every time I fly out, what's your reason of returning back home? Like, really? That is my reason to return back home. Like, why would you even ask that question at customs? I hate it all the time. Why would you even ask that question? You haven't been back, so? I've been other places. The world is small, but the world has many cities. Come on. Get with the times, people. People are willing to travel like me. I'm willing to go travel, go see some people, get some food, not get food poison like we have done here. But, I guess Airbnb doesn't see that way. You travel too much, so your account is suspicious. How? Yeah, because I don't put a work email. And I try to put my work email to my website. It won't allow me to. Don't know why. Another problem with Airbnb, system is flawed. It's not very effective. It doesn't work very well. By the way, the audio is coming from the Comica BoomX-DMI with the MI receiver on the iPhone. Yeah, been using it a lot lately, and it's super light, and it fits on the gimbal perfectly. So yeah, everyone was like, "Is that a wireless system on the phone? Where can I buy them?" Like, here's an affiliate link. Because guys, when you clicked on those links, you helped me survive on the streets of the United States. Because this is a crazy world, and people are getting evicted. You didn't hear about that? Landlords were still evicting tenants, even though they were told not to. Yeah. So this is why you see a big fucking boom in homelessness. This is why you see a big boom in people going back to their parents' house, living with their parents or their relatives. Yeah. Look at freaking Los Angeles. Look at that shit. They're going to put every homeless person in a home, in an apartment or a room or something. They're going to take all the That's good idea, but that's a disaster waiting to happen at the same time too, because these guys are really some of the folks have drug addictions, and you're going to see lots of fires. I'm pretty sure if they do that, they need to regulate it. People that come in, they need to be searched. I'm sorry, but drug activity, you in Skid Road, you staying in one of the hotels, and the city is taking over, I think some guidance needs to be implemented, because these guys would literally light crack inside the house and not knowing it's flammable, or the gas is on. Yeah, dude, I have seen some shit in the news. Trust me. I think it's a great idea. I just think they need to have some supervision. Give people jobs for that reason. Like, okay, and check for drugs, needles. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, but I'm glad that California is being forced to do this. But why other states cannot be forced? Like, Wisconsin. This is the worst state to be homeless in. You ever been homeless here? Guys, it's like winter. Winter lasts 8 months. I'm shitting you not. You get maybe partial spring, which sometime in the middle of May, that's when it starts warming up. And then when July hits, there's summer, July, August. September, mid-September, that's when it gets chilly. You feel that winter Arctic breeze coming in from the north. Yeah, it's like you only get like 4 months of like really summer. And like, what happened to the 3 months or 2 months of spring and the 3 months of 3 months to 4 months, it depends on where you are, of summer. Because technically, like, it should be still warm in October. Like mid-October, that's when it should be cooling down. Not mid-September. That's Wisconsin. So, yeah. So think about people that live here, homelessness, that try to use Airbnb and be told not to use Airbnb because they're homeless, so you don't fit in our community. That's Airbnb. Oh, you're homeless. You don't fit in our community. Sorry, you cannot take your own money and want to give it to someone to rent a room for a week. Yeah. With that said, everyone, I'm Panda, and we just witnessed that Airbnb is a bunch of assholes. Yeah, Airbnb, I'm gonna tag you with it too. I don't care. You can call this uh accepted. What is it called? They're gonna say something like this happened before. Incentive violence towards the community of Airbnb. Why don't they say something like that? They lawyers. I'm like, really? I'm expressing my own freedom of speech, my opinion. How you treated me, Airbnb, the last 24 hours was just disgraceful. You didn't send me a notification. You didn't notify me if someone was hacking into my account or someone infiltrated. You didn't send me an email and say, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you update it one more time? Right now, we need to verify your account. I would have done it. Passport and all. Where are my passports? Over there. Passport and all. But no. You didn't even do that. You didn't make the steps to order to protect my rights as a customer. And that's a legit one, too. Mind you. Yeah, you just... Guys. Don't use Airbnb. Don't use it. If you're a host, don't use it either. Because if you don't follow their regulations and you don't do background checks on guests, they will penalize you too. And and this is what, like I said earlier, this is what other hosts do. When they do background checks, they charge the guests for that fee. It doesn't come out their pocket, it comes out your pocket. Then that's unfair, Airbnb. So read the policies very carefully, everyone. Read it. I went through that sucker. I just told you in this video what I found out, what I dipped in it. There's so many violations of human community support. For us, there's so many violations when it comes to our support. They literally stepping over us, saying that we have no say-so. Okay, then don't use it. Mind you guys, like I said earlier, I'm a member of other hospitality services and never been flagged. Airbnb, you suck. They profiled my account. Not only that, they don't have a suspicious. And not only that, if the host is involved, which I'm pretty sure he or she is, yeah, they started this. Airbnb continue. Airbnb didn't do their job correctly to investigate. Therefore, they don't deserve my respect. Simple as that. See ya, guys.